Hey guys, it's Dibbles here from the Baron's Finest, getting you guys a deck profile of the Nova Grappler list I wound up taking to the Bushy Road Regionals over in Chicago. And the bat wasn't enough, it's still sealed, and here you go, the Fierce Bow, that's proof of it. But I wound up going to the regional. I wanted to decide to play Novas. It was going to be either Novas or Libs, but I felt that in a best of one format I was going to be a little bit more comfortable with the Novas, because I felt like I was going to be seeing a lot more Rogue than like pure meta. I was right about that. I saw like a lot of Rogue. And I mean, I saw some meta. I remember playing against Dodex and TSD. What did I play against? I played against Messiah. I also played against Messiah. So and I guess my matchups. I did go for a 2-drop because Bushy is double elimination in the regionals. Round 1, I played against Messiah. Round 2 was against Prism. Round 3 was against OTT. CoCo, Susanoo. Round 4 was against Eradicator. It was Descendant, Vowing Sword, Sweep Command. He never superior rode Sweep Command all game, and I still wound up losing that. That was my first loss. Then I wound up playing against Dodex in round 5. Beat that awkwardly. And then in round 6, I wound up playing against TSD Altmile. I got grade stuck on Hedgehog. That's the worst feeling in the world. But you know, what can you do? It's Vanguard. But I figured I'd at least give you guys my deck profile, because I'd say I did pretty well for how I played. And I'll be giving you guys the first place deck profile as well. And you'll probably be seeing my Joan Topple before or after. I'm still doing testing on that. But without further ado, we're going to go and get started on the deck list of Nova Grapplers I want to play. So, to start off with for our zeros, I actually wound up playing 18 zeros instead of the usual 17. My starter was Extreme Battler Rumble, and I wound up teching 1 Cat Butler. Now, the reason I wound up going for these two for the zeros, I felt like that Rumble was... I feel like Rumble's the best starter Novas I've ever had. I do like Maliko as a card, and I'm pretty sure I'm saying that, like, it's the one that... It's the grade 3 searcher. But I really liked Rumble, especially in the best of 1 format. I feel like if I were to play like in the best 2 out of 3 format, I'd probably be going with Maliko. But I felt like Rumble was such a good card, primarily on the fact that it let me play so much early game aggression with like calling triggers when I would have them in opening hand. And Cat Butler was a nice one-off tag. I didn't want to play too many Cat Butlers because I didn't want to throw off my ratios too much. And Cat Butler actually wound up winning me my Prism game because like I saw it with the Mega, and then I drew the Mega Flyer for the turn, so it let me just win that game. So that's for my 2 additional zeros. And as for the triggers, we play 7 critical. I gotta say, writing down. Freaking whoa. Okay, I don't know if my phone is glitching or not, but that does not look good. But we wound up playing Prometheus and Trinus Vetter and Zambara. For triggers, or for draws, I want to play 5. I prefer 7-5. Draws actually were so clutch throughout the day, because calling like a draw in front of Rumble was like a lot of like how I won a lot of my games, because I could just rush my opponent, because I did not see anybody playing 10Ks. Plus that column still matches 10Ks, so that's actually really cool about how it does that. And then last but not least, the 4 heals. I don't know why you'd ever play this game without 4 heals unless you really just want to challenge yourself or be hyper aggro with 16 crit. So that does it for the zeros. The trigger ratio worked out really well. I was happy I didn't play stands. It would have made one of my games. It probably would have made some of my games easier, but the draws got me to what I needed to, and like the draws were good boosters if I needed them to be as well. For ones, I wound up taking 1 energy charger. Energy Charger was, I wound up playing 2 initially over the Cat Butler, but I wound up getting convinced to cut it down to 1, and it was a good one of. I liked it. It came through, jeez. 4 Lady Cyclone, I ran PGGs. I didn't see any D-Police at all that, well, I heard of like a D-Police player getting knocked out. Well, no, 2 D-Police players getting knocked out early. And I was like, alright, PGGs are fine. I only played against 1 Dodax, so that was cool. I wound up also playing double Claydol Mechanic and double Final Wrench. The grade 1s, in my opinion, these 2 were really good. Claydol came through a lot because it let me make a lot, like, really aggressive plays when I wanted to, like, go Tri-Brutes and stuff. And then Wrench was just like, I just used it for rush, and one time it came through with its actual plus 4k skill when something restands, so that was kind of cool. And then last but not least, the 4 stride flotters, because I want to stride in this deck a lot. Plus, these also let me, like, this early game in front of a rumble lets you hit 12k, so it still matches aggression, which is what this deck wants to do. It just wants to be aggressive. For the 2s, we wound up playing our most important 2, 4 copies of Cool Hank, along with the 4 copies of Susanoo. Susanoo is, like, these 8 are so amazing together. I loved these. I would not change these, like, for anything. A lot of people said, my friend was telling me about playing Golden Anglet, and I understood the tech behind it, but I didn't want to play Golden Anglet unless I was playing stands with it. And then I wound up playing double Dual Flare and double Starlight Hedgehog. I was playing the Legion, and that's why I chose to play double Dual Flare, because I'm playing triple Mega Flare. But these 2 others were fine. Hedgehog, though, wound up losing me a game because in my second round because of, well, not my second round, my second loss. Because when I was against TSD Altmile, Hedgehog was the only grade 2 I saw, and I could not see through to the life of me, and I kept drawing triggers like every turn. So that admittedly kind of sucked, but what can you do? I tried playing the rush game as well as I could, but, you know, when you can win the next turn, but he hits a crit on his 3rd drive check off like a blade, there's not a lot you can do about that. And as for the 3s, I want to play the triple Mega Flare, because I wanted it as my backup Vanguard for the 4 Victor. Mega Flare, though, put in a fair amount of work, but I felt like every time I wrote in Mega Flare, like, there was at least some better play I could have done by writing into Victor, because I always saw the 2 together. But Mega Flare put in work, especially my Prism matchup. Oh my god, he was my MVP. He was so like, Mega Flare was my MVP in that matchup, and Victor put in a lot of work. And I gotta say, in the Dodex matchup, don't forget that Victor has his GB2, because that GB2 actually really matters, and that's how he won against freaking Dodex. So onto the G units. I actually chose to do this really differently compared to how most Nova players do it. I only played 2 Victoplasma, and the reason I only went for 2 is because I wanted options, and I wanted utility, and that's how I feel like the G zone should be in this game. Focus on utility. Unless you have a card that's absolutely super important, like how Link Joker wants to play for a Big Daddy Crunch, I don't really like going 4 of anything. Because remember that 4, or unless you're playing Gears with Ragnarok, but even then that's like a debate now whether or not Ragnarok needs to stay at 4. But yeah, I liked this a lot. This, in my opinion, was really good. I like the double Victoplasma. It either won me games or it was my hand pressure card. I got so much advantage just off this freaking Victoplasma for no reason whatsoever. I also want to play Win Blizza. Blizza was both a late... I wanted to use it late game in like 2 of my matchups, but I just used it early game because I wanted to G-assist, or to hit my GB2. Plus, if I had a G-assist, this was usually one of the cards I wound up G-assisting. Blizza was good. I liked the Blizza. Double Tri-Brute, which, oh my god, this thing came in so clutch. It came in clutch against like my Dodex matchup and my OTT matchup, and one of my other matchups, I forget which one. But Tri-Brute was so much of a clutch card. I loved it all day. Like, just retiring for no reason is so good. And you get power on top of it, like, alright. Especially when you do Rumble Hedgehog, you're gonna be hitting magic numbers. And then the last 3 were the 3 copies of Vic 10. Vic 10's a basic one. You can use it for Blizza. You can G-assist it. It's your unhit guy. I feel like it's as much of a finisher, actually, as Victoplasma. Because, like, late game, they cannot let this Vic 10 hit. And it is going to be devastating if they let the Vic 10 hit. So, you know, and especially when you do, like, Susanoo Rumble, which I actually never got that column up all day. As weird as that was, I never actually could hit that column. But this was great all day. I loved everything about this deck. I don't think I'd really change anything. Maybe another 8, but I felt like for what I was working with, it was completely fine. So that's going to do it, guys, for this deck profile. I hope this was of at least some practical use for you guys and showing you guys just how I feel the deck could be. I still feel like it's a pretty decent deck. I feel like Novas are one of my favorite clans in the game. I've always liked this clan, and I'm thankful for the GB1 support we got. I wish we got more support, but not until set 6 apparently. But I think that's gonna do it for now, guys. So thank you for watching. The first place Chicago deck will probably be up sometime after this video. I'm not sure exactly when. I'm meeting with my friend Thursday. I'm recording this technically on Sunday morning. So I got home Saturday like at 11. But yeah, that's gonna do it for now, guys. So until next time, peace.